camera there. So we will actually see from here in this camera.
And so I'll give a direct contact to this camera.
Yes, like this.
The busy calendar.
You look very cool, Sadia, like the people from Mortal Kombat.
I wish you were here, Ahmed. I would have taken a selfie and put it on Facebook.
I'm happy. I'm happy I'm escaping this event. Actually, I wanted to be there, but my meeting finished at 12:20, so there was no enough time to come to the office.
That's fine.
So far, I don't see any. Okay, we have other people. Just 2 more people join.
Nadia, shall we start? Yes. So you'll be sitting there? Okay. Yeah, because there is a camera behind us also, which covers the whole room. It's fine with the papers here.
Can the camera behind you come a bit closer because it's taking a picture from distance?
You want it closer?
Yeah, whenever you transfer the view to that picture, that camera in the background, it's a bit far. I can't see it now. Can you change to that camera?
Yeah, very far.
Yeah, this
Yes.
is better, isn't it?
So can you bring it closer?
Actually, most of the time we'll be looking at this camera, the one which is
In the front.
speaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you can
That's fine.
switch to that thing.
Yeah.
This is not something permanent, you know.
That's fine because the other camera is only showing Sadia, it doesn't show anyone else.
Yeah, so as they go, they will go there to speak all the time.
Okay.
You mainly need from the front camera the person who's speaking. So even in the recording itself, the person who's speaking is the main view. Only sometimes you will switch on this side. Okay. You want me to close the door? Yeah. You're good? You're good to start? All right.
Are we going to go ahead? There's only 3 people in the meeting.
We have, yeah, he's saying something. I think he's asking
whether only 3 people are there. No, it means in the virtual meeting.
in the online itself. Yeah, actually, I just scared somebody away.
Can you just send another reminder on the group? Maybe someone can pop in.
I sent the message already, Ahmed.
I don't think
Okay.
they know it's on Zoom because I didn't know that actually. So if you can send the link again.
Can Nadia, can you please send a message? So in the meanwhile, I'll.
Send the link on the WhatsApp group, Nadia, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all to the 3rd official meeting of DUC's Toastmasters Club. I'll be taking up the role of Sergeant at Arms right now and reading the club mission to you. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. I want to inform you that the fire exit area is immediately towards the left-hand side once you go out of this room. Thank you. I will now take up the role of President DUC's Toastmasters Club. Dear Club Mentor, DTM Kajetan Barreto, VP Education, Mr. Mujahid Chauhan, VP PR, Ms. Nadia Jamal, VP Membership, Mr. Ahmed Usama, our online guests, Ms. Priscilla. Thank you very much for joining us today in today's meeting, and I welcome you all. As we all know, that the current pandemic situation has caused disruptions in many operations. So was the case of Toastmasters Club meetings. Initially, the club meetings went online through Zoom and other modems. However, a new idea popped up to have hybrid meetings in which some members can be in a meeting room following the SOPs and other procedures, and some can join the meetings online. I feel immense pleasure in saying that today, the club's third meeting has hit the milestone of the hybrid meeting. I welcome you once again and hereby hand over to the Toastmaster of the day to run the remaining proceedings of this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, President Toastmaster Sadia, and welcome to DUC's Toastmasters Club meeting number 3. This meeting is going to be a unique meeting, and that is because we are running a hybrid meeting today. And as the President just said, it is now more of a necessity than a luxury to have meetings in this type of an environment where a few of us can attend the meeting sitting in one meeting room and the rest can join in virtually. In a corporate environment as this, like DUC, Dow Toastmasters, it is a beautiful setup where all those attending work at the workplace can meet together, of course, keeping in mind all the rules, the social distancing, and everything that is required given the current situation. And the rest of the members of the club and guests can join into this meeting from wherever they are. And I'm sure some of us here are in the same building, but in another room. Some are joining from remote places. So this meeting is all about bringing in the hybrid meeting environment into corporate meetings, which are held for Toastmasters. To begin this meeting, I would like to call upon the first role player. I'm sure we are all Toastmasters here. Our first role player is the General Evaluator. And to introduce the General Evaluator, let me tell you that our General Evaluator is new to Toastmasters. DUC's Toastmasters Club is her very first club. And DUC Toastmasters Club itself is a new club. But this member, upon becoming a member, immediately grabbed the opportunity of being the Vice President of Public Relations. She is the VPPR of the club. She has been working with DUC for a little over a year now. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Nadia Abukadam. Toastmaster Nadia.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nadia Jamal, as Priscilla just mentioned. Thank you for that introduction. So just to explain my role, but before I do, welcome guests and fellow Toastmasters. I will be the General Evaluator for today's meeting. I'll be evaluating everything that takes place and everything that doesn't take place. And I'll give my overall evaluation at the end. But in order to do or to fulfill my role effectively, I'll have the help of Mr. Mujahid, who will be evaluating today's speech. I'll also have the help of our grammarian, Mrs. Sinhal. So, Mr. Mujahid, would you kindly explain your role for today's meeting?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Today's my role is to evaluate speech of Toastmaster Bashar. Toastmaster Bashar is embarking on Toastmaster journey by delivering his speech. The topic of the speech is the chosen one. And for the speech, you'll be having 4 to 6 minutes. And I wish you all the best. And over to Toastmaster of the day, Ms. Priscilla. Something went wrong.
Thank you, Mr. Mujahid. Before we move on back to the Toastmaster of the day, I would just like to introduce our grammarian for today, Mrs. Snehal Sawat. She will be the grammarian for today. She has been a member of Bright Horizons Toastmasters Club since 2012. She previously held the role of president. She's an avid reader. She loves coffee. She's a content writer and editor. So Mrs. Snehal, can you explain your role for today as grammarian?
Good afternoon, DUC Toastmasters. It gives me immense pleasure to be a part of this meeting, my first ever hybrid meeting, so I'm really excited. My role today is that of a grammarian. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listen carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any misuse of the English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts mentioned in today's meeting, and I'll come back with my report in the evaluation segment. Good luck to everyone. Over to you.
Thank you, Mrs. Snehal, and thank you, Mr. Mujahid, for explaining the roles for today. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Mrs. Priscilla.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nadia. I would just like to explain the timing rules. I will be the timer as well at this meeting, and the timing goes like this. For our first prepared speech segment, we will have the speaker deliver an icebreaker speech, and that would be timed for 4 to 6 minutes. So the speaker will see the green signal here behind me, the virtual background will be green at 4 minutes. At 5 minutes, you will see yellow, and at 6 minutes, you will see red. You then have 30 seconds grace time to wrap up your speech. Coming to the table topic segment, we will have 1 to 2 minutes for the table topics. At 1 minute, you will see the green signal, at 2, yellow, and at 1.5, yellow, and at 2, you will see red. Again, you have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. And coming to the evaluation segment, evaluations will be 2 to 3 minutes. So the evaluator, the grammarian, and the general evaluator will deliver your speeches from 2 to 3 minutes. At 2, you will see the green signal, at 2.5, yellow, and at 3, red. Again, 30 seconds grace to wrap up your speech and evaluation and report. With that, I now come back to my role as the Toastmaster of the day. And as we can see, it is a beautiful view from here. If you are looking at the audience view, you can see all the members who are in one room at this venue, in one room, having being there, and the rest are joining in virtually from wherever they are. And this is working absolutely perfect for those who want to incorporate a hybrid meetings, especially corporate Toastmaster clubs. This is the way to go. So I would now like to introduce our first speaker. Our speaker, or rather our only speaker for today's meeting. Our speaker, our speaker holds a bachelor's degree in business management. He is a young lad who has been working for the last 5 years in the education and sales field, and he has done pretty well there. But then he got this offer to join DR Toastmasters, that is the DR United, that is DUC company, and he took on this role as the administration officer. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Bashar Suleiman. Toastmaster Bashar Suleiman. Toastmaster Bashar Suleiman will be evaluated by Toastmaster Mujahid Chauhan. And I would like to request Toastmaster Mujahid to please read out the objectives for our audience, for our members, and for the speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, Toastmaster Bashar is embarking on his first speech and embarking on Toastmaster journey by delivering his icebreaker speech. And the title of the speech is The Chosen One. The purpose of this speech is to give idea about the chosen one. And Toastmaster Bashar, you have 4 to 6 minutes to wrap up your speech, and I wish you all the best. And over to Toastmaster of the day, Ms. Priscilla. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mujahid. Toastmaster Bashar Suleiman, the chosen one. The chosen one, Toastmaster Bashar Suleiman.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. So, the chosen one. When I talk about the chosen one, I want to ask you all, and before starting, a quick question. Let me just do it here in the meeting room. Miss Sadia, if I ask you, choose one of the people here in the meeting room, you know the arm fest, right? If I want to challenge one of the people in here, in the room, and he will win on me with the arm fest, who would you choose to challenge me?
Challenge you.
To challenge me?
That will be Mr. Mujahid.
Oh, Mr. Mujahid was the chosen one in this case. Now I can start and talk about the chosen one. The chosen one is the person who's always the place where people go to, the person who leads people to him by making himself, showing himself, by being always the place where we find motivation, we find love, we find care, we can find anything we need. So the chosen one can be everywhere. I want to talk about my own story, how I became the chosen one. The chosen one with my family members. When my sister has a car accident, I hope no one have it. When my sister has a car accident, she just do like this with her keys and she said, Bashar, I know that she got a car accident. I just pick up the keys and go see the car and start fixing it. This is the first thing I do. So I was the chosen one in this case for my sister. She knows that I would fix it without complaining, without showing any arguments or being angry. I would do that for her because I love her. So I was the chosen one in this case for my sister. This is being the chosen one, showing love, showing care, giving more and more to people. One more place I was the chosen one is between my friends. Although I have a harsh mouth and I give very harsh advices and I push my friends to do the right thing, I always show love and I always show care. And I always tell them that you are the important one. I care. I do care about you and how people looks at you. So this why I was the chosen one. They come and tell me their problems. They come and tell me how to fix these things. They share even their personal life issues with me. So I was the chosen one in this part. One more very important place was the chosen one for the company or for my department. Some people, when they're working, they just like the benefits to become to their own. I was never this person. I was always helpful to the people around me. I was giving the information even before they ask about it. And I was going to their offices and asking them, do you need help? Is there anything missing? How can I add more? How can I make things go easier for you? One last place you have to be the chosen one, and it's the most important place you have to focus on is being the chosen one for yourself. Sometimes it's hard to find someone to help. Sometimes it's really hard to find someone to give you some motivation or to give you some power that helps you to keep going. You need to be there for yourself. You need to be the chosen one for yourself. Now, let me tell you all one more thing. To be a chosen one, you need to focus on leaving a footprint. Don't only say, I want to do my work, I want to do my job, I don't care about anything else. No, this is not our job. We were not born to do this. We were born to help, to leave footprints, to give people before taking. One more important thing, I would love if we can add it from my presentation. It's a photo. I want each one of you now to start thinking in his mind. What is the chosen one? What keeps the chosen thing for you? Who is the chosen one? For me, this is the chosen thing. It's mensef. Mensef it's a traditional dish. Mensef is an amazing dish that gives me love, gives me passion, gives me a lot of things. You see now what is my chosen thing, right? We have a song in Jordan, they call mensef ajaj ma yinfa urduniya. Means this dish only can be eaten with meat, nothing else. So it's not only being the chosen one as a person, as a motivator, you can even have some items or food or anything to be the chosen one. What I want from everyone in here and to get from this meeting is to be one day the chosen one for themselves and for others. Thank you so much. And this is what I have for my speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bashar, for that wonderful speech. Yes, you're so right. Each one of us have to be the chosen ones for ourselves and to stand as chosen ones for others who look up to us. And in that chosen one, we should be the ones to give. We have a minute to give feedback to Toastmaster Bashar. You can leave your feedback in the chat. Either you could give it directly to him or leave it in the chat for everyone to see.
Well, since we are in a hybrid meeting, I will go ahead and start giving the feedback directly to Bashar. Bashar, this is the least that I can say is that you're born a public speaker. This is the second time that you deliver a meeting, the first meeting or the last meeting, you've been the Toastmaster of the day. This meeting, you're giving your icebreaker, and you keep impressing us. I can see that you're a natural public speaker, and it was a great presentation. And thank you very much for taking the effort.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Mr. Ahmed. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ahmed. And that wraps up our prepared speeches segment. We will now move on to the table topic segment. And to conduct our table topics today, we have the president, Toastmaster Sadia. Now, Toastmaster Sadia immediately, first thing, took up the role of president of this club, because she looked at it that she could take this club in that direction that is required for a Toastmasters club to survive and to thrive. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Sadia.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Ms. Priscilla. Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, I will be presenting the table topics segment today. Just to explain you, the table topics segment is impromptu speech in which a topic is given and you have to deliver your speech for 2 minutes on the given topic. Also to inform you that this segment can be participated by the members and guests equally. I would request Toastmaster of the Day, Ms. Priscilla, who's also the timer for today's meeting, to please explain the time for the table topics.
So the timing for the table topic is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, you will see the green signal like this behind me. At 1.5, the yellow, and at 2 minutes, red. After that, you have 30 seconds grace to wrap up your table topic speech. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, TMOD. Thank you so much. Right, guys, are we ready? I request you all to please participate. The first topic that I've chosen for today is something very easy, and I'm sure many of you will raise your hands. So, talk about something new that you have recently tried. Talk about something new that you have recently tried. Yes, I see a raised hand.
That's me.
Neha.
Yes. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, once again. As the speech topic was being read out, my brain started working as fast as it could. And for a moment, I thought, what? There's nothing new that I've done recently. And just then I remembered, well, it was only yesterday that I played football with a bunch of kids from my building. And what a thrill it was. It was the most exciting experience for me in quite a few months. The backstory is we have a lot of kids in our building, and there were these somehow fights going on between the boys gang and the girls gang. And as it so happened, I found myself in the middle of it. So I told them, look, let's do this. Let's all play a sport together. The boys wanted to play football. The girls said, okay. And I joined them yesterday at 6 p.m. I have been an avid sports person, and have played different sports like hockey, volleyball, been an athlete, swimming, and so many more. But football was something I had never attempted. So I was a bit skeptical, but I wanted to join the kids, get them all motivated to play some sport. And there I went. And let me tell you all, it was so much fun. And the kids were happy to have me around as well. And let me tell you, they have a new champion goalkeeper in me now. So this is what I'm going to do for the next few months, play football with the kids. And I urge all of you also to try some sports. It's a lot of fun. Over to the table topics master.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. And I'm sure you have really enjoyed it, as we can see it in your speech. Thank you for taking up this topic. The second and the last topic for today's table topics is, in a funny way, please let me know, what do you do for work? So, calling up all the comedians. I think Ahmed can take that. We can have participation from online members also, please. I see some online members are also there. In a funny way, please let me know, what do you do for work?
Okay. Guess I'll take up this one.
Okay.
So basically, in a funny way, what I do for work. I usually turn up in the office and try to piss off some people so that they can do things that they usually don't want to do. And what I usually try to achieve is to make them go out of the way to please me, because I have requirements coming usually from clients. It's not a personal interest, but usually they are personal clients' requirements that needs to be achieved. But me being the gatekeeper between the users and or the clients and the people in the back office in the company, it becomes my role to try to facilitate this. And eventually it becomes my role to piss off all the people in the company to have them do what I need to achieve. Other than this, there isn't much that I'm doing in the company. So probably this is the best way to describe it. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you. Thank you. We absolutely understood what you're doing for work, Ahmed. Thank you so much. Do we have a poll for the best table topic? Okay, so it's fine. All right. With that, we wind up the table topic segment for today. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Ms. Priscilla. Thank you.
Thank you, Table Topic Master Toastmaster Sadia. That was wonderful. 2 table topics, quickly done and very well attempted. With this, it's time for us to move on to our general evaluation segment. And I would like to now hand over the podium to Toastmaster Nadia. Oh, Sadia, sorry. So Toastmaster Nadia, our general evaluator, who will proceed with the general evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Hello.
Nadia.
Okay, so before we start the evaluation portion, I'd like to call on the timer to please give us the timing guidelines for the evaluation of the speech, please.
Yes. So you have 2 to 3 minutes for the evaluations, speech evaluator, grammarian's report, as well as for the general evaluation. At 2 minutes, you will see the green signal. At 2.5, you will see yellow. And at 3, you will see the red. You have 30 seconds grace once again. Over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you for that, Priscilla. I'll call on Mr. Mujahid to please give his evaluation of Mr. Bashav's speech. Mr. Mujahid.
Good afternoon, everyone, once again. I'm going to evaluate speech of Bashar. It is a very tricky task and very diplomatic task. Definitely, it is very, we have to be very justice about the evaluation. But anyhow, the speech delivered by Toastmaster Bashar, it was an excellent speech, and first of all, I would like to congratulate in taking his first step toward improving your communication skills by delivering your icebreaker speech. It was a good speech, and at this stage, I would like to call upon my members to appreciate and give him a big applause. As per the evaluation, the topic was very unique and it is very common as well. Everybody has the right to choose someone. And every walk of life, we are choosing something, we are choosing some person, something, some, whereas the 3 points I would like to explain here. The first point he mentioned, to choose someone or to help someone or to get guidance from someone. The second point was for himself. He has to choose himself to leave the footprints for the others. So he have to set a good example for the predecessors. So this is the good point. And the third one is about the dishes. This is very common thing. Everybody love good dishes because this is by nature. So these are the main points, and I did not find any point for the improvement, but obviously everything has always opportunity for improvement. So what I observed from your speech, I think you make use of your body language, you delivered your word very well. Delivery of the sentences was very excellent. But one thing I will mention here, if you can improve these points, I'm sure you will be the next champion of public speaking. You have to be more confident. Though the confidence is there, but you have to be more confident, and that is with the passage of time, with the practice, and obviously this platform is a good place. We have the opportunity to repeat our practices, and wherever we are here to help you out, and wherever we find any improvement, we'll definitely guide you. We are here to help you out and wish you all the best. And it was really a wonderful speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mujahid, for that evaluation. I'll now request of the timer to, the timer to share their report with us, Mrs. The grammarian to share their report with us.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We had some wonderful usage of language today, and unfortunately, I could not catch on any misuse. But let me tell you what we did well. Our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Priscilla, had a few phrases like holds a bachelor's degree instead of has a bachelor's degree, which is done well. She referred to our speaker as a young lad. Toastmaster Mujahid said, embarking upon the Toastmasters journey. That's a nice phrase to say, embarking upon. Our speaker, Toastmaster Bashar, the speech title itself was a nice phrase, the chosen one. He spoke about leaving a footprint. That's a nice way to say leaving our memory behind or doing something special. Toastmaster Ahmed said, they go out of their way to please me. He's a natural public speaker. Being the gatekeeper was especially a good one. And he used the word facilitate, which is something we don't often use. Miss Sadia said, wind up the segment. Instead of let's finish this, she said, let's wind up the segment, which was done well. These were some good usages. There were barely any misuse that I can really pinpoint upon, but if I have to be picky, I would encourage everyone to try and use words that are not common. For example, instead of saying it was a good speech, let's try and get to the specifics and say it was a meaningful speech or it was an insightful speech. Similarly, in other areas too, let's try and avoid using common words and think to ourselves, what exactly happened? What exactly did it touch me with? And those words are the ones that will be better than the common ones. Over to the General Evaluator.
For that evaluation, now I'll request of the timer to share their report with us. Mrs. Priscilla.
you want me to report the timing for the evaluations?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Toastmaster Mujahid, he took 3 minutes and 40 seconds, and Toastmaster Snehal took 1 minute and 49 seconds.
What about the speeches?
For the speeches, for the table topics, Toastmaster Snehal took 1 minute 46 seconds, and Toastmaster Ahmed took 1 minute 19 seconds. And to our prepared speeches, Toastmaster Bashar, he finished his speech in 4 minutes 59 seconds.
Thank you for that report, Mrs. Priscilla. And for my overall evaluation of today's meeting, so we kind of did start the meeting a bit late. Part of that was, to have a little more attendance, online attendance, which again, unfortunately, we didn't have much of that. But in terms of it being a hybrid meeting, I think it went really well, technically speaking. We didn't have any technical problems, so I think that's really great. So it goes to show that obviously we can continue this moving down the line. Now, there was a bit of confusion with the general evaluation portion, so I'm partly to blame as the general evaluator. For one, I didn't properly introduce Mr. Mujahid, so I apologize for that, Mr. Mujahid. And there was a bit of confusion with the timer role, given that Mrs. Priscilla is assuming both Toastmaster of the Day and timer. So again, I do apologize for that. But yeah, so there also won't be an evaluation portion for the topic of the day and all of that stuff, because this is a demo meeting. But in terms of it being a hybrid meeting, I think everything went smoothly. The president introduced our club and welcomed everyone so warmly. The Toastmaster of the Day did a great job transitioning between segments of the meeting. And overall, I think that hybrid meetings do have a future at our club here at DUC. So that's it for my overall evaluation. Thank you for the time. And back to you, Mrs. Priscilla, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nadia, for handling the general evaluation segment. And here we are towards the end of this wonderful meeting, the hybrid meeting, the very first hybrid meeting at DUC's Toastmasters Club, which has been a successful meeting. Thanks to all those who put in the effort to making this happen. And I'm sure we have all enjoyed the experience. I, for one, would not have wanted to be sitting here, but wanted to be in that meeting room, which we have all experienced, at least Toastmaster Snehal, myself, DTM Kajitan, we have experienced what it is to stand on a stage. I'm sure Toastmaster Lakshmi also. So when I saw all of you coming up to the stage, I felt like, oh, I should have been in that room, not sitting in my home from where I am right now. So all in all, a very successful meeting. Well done, Toastmasters, DUC Toastmasters. And I look forward to attending such meetings in the future with DUC. With that, I would like to hand over to our president, Toastmaster Sadia.
Round of applause for our Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you so much. Thank you once again for this wonderful and beautiful meeting. As our General Evaluator said that though we had a little attendance today, but all of us who are here, we know that we enjoyed this experience, and we certainly want to have another such meeting with more of our members present here today. I would especially like to thank DTM Kajetan Barreto for giving us this opportunity and guiding us through into this kind of meeting and letting us know this experience as well. Of course, with today's experience, we have gained a lot of knowledge of how we are going to have our next hybrid meeting in a better situation. I am not blaming on any situation, but in this current scenario and with Ramadan, of course, going on with lesser working hours, I truly understand it's difficult for everyone to join in working hours today. So that is why we had a little attendance. In contrary to our previous meetings where we had more than 60 to 70% of attendance. So I'm hoping that after Ramadan, we are going to have another hybrid meeting with this experience carried forward, and we'll see more members in it. Thank you everyone once again who made today's meeting a success. Thank you everyone. I now adjourn this meeting. Thank you. Okay, thank you, DTM Kajetan, for pointing this out. I thought that we are only looking at the picture of DTM Khalid Abdullah, but I see that he is there and he can say a few words to us. DTM Khalid, are you there?
I am definitely here.
He's
Good
driving.
afternoon, everyone. Apology, I'm driving, but I really enjoyed the meeting. I've been watching and hearing. The speech was brilliant, and what I can see quality of all of the role players, be it of course, I wouldn't say this about the master of ceremony. She is already a master of so many things, but you as a newcomer, the new members, the GE, the speech was brilliant. Unfortunately I logged in a little bit later. I was just there and I saw the Mansef. Was it the Mansef? I think it was the Mansef, yeah, and I felt hungry. Apart from that, it was, I think, brilliant speech, and everything is going well. And yes, if you don't do this with DTM Kajetan, if you don't do such hybrid meeting and come up with such technology, I would really feel that there is something not right. But yeah, I can see that DTM Kajetan took you there. So it's all well. Keep it up, DUC members. All the best. Over to you, Madam President.
Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Khalid. Thank you so much for joining in and saying these encouraging words. Thank you once again, everyone.
Please
hereby.
note, Dave, if you can keep the cameras on, I want to take some photos now of the event. And so you can sit here.
All of them should on the cameras.
Yeah, if possible, Khalid, Adli.
Adil.
I will take your photo.
So you all can look at me also.
Yeah.
I want you to come here. And so you sense over there. And we are giving a speech, right? So give me that. And so when you're giving a speech, you will turn slightly towards me so that I can capture your face.
Sure. So I'm just acting. I'm not going to give my speech again. We need to document what happened today in the meeting. So you guys, just wait for a minute. We're taking some pictures. Smile.
Slightly towards me. Yeah, perfect.
It's awkward. It's kind of awkward, yeah.
Look to the camera and talk about
Doing this
Mansef.
speech again is easier.
We want to hear more about Mansef.
Now you'll see a born actor. Thank you, everyone, once again. And I think I clicked the best picture.
Can we stop recording, guys?
And it's going on live stream, I guess.
No, you'll trim that part. You'll trim that part, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The stream just stopped now.